Alright, today we are just going to focus on compound inequality and just practicing the crap out of those. It's going to be great. So, let's take a look at these two. So we're first starting off with an OR problem. So we're just going to solve this as two completely separate problems. So we've got 2r minus 7 is less than or equal to negative 27. And I also have 5r minus 6 is greater than or equal to negative 21. Right on the left, the first step is to add 7 to both sides. And I get 2r is less than or equal to negative 20. Then from here I would divide both sides by 2, and I didn't divide both sides by negative, so it stays the same. And I get r is less than or equal to negative 10. So I'm going to go to negative 10 and make a nice solid dot. It's going to be pointing to the left. That one looks good. So that's from negative infinity to negative 10 with a bracket. Then there'll be a u. I don't know where it'll go, but there'll be a u. Right, then right here I'm going to add 6 to both sides. I get 5r is greater than or equal to negative 15. Then I would divide both sides by 5. I get r, and I didn't divide by negative, so everything stays the same. R is greater than or equal to negative 3. So then we're going to put a solid dot on negative 3, pointing to the right. And it's going to be bracket negative 3, comma, infinity, close parenthesis. Alright, and on this one, it's an and. So I just need two lines. I have 53 is less than or equal to 7n minus 3 is less than 60. So I have three sides to this equation. I'm first going to add 3 to every single side. And I have 56. And I have 7n in the middle. I have 63 on the side. Divide everything by 7. So let's see. 56 divided by 7 is 8. Is less than or equal to n is less than 9. So on 8, we're going to put a nice pretty closed dot. On 9, we're going to put a nice pretty open dot. And just scribble in between them. So 8's a closed dot, so it's bracket. And then we're going to be 8, comma, and then at 9, we're going to use a parenthesis because it's an open circle. Alright, I'm going to do two more with you, one more and one more or, and then you guys are going to spend the rest of class practicing. You've got this. Alright, so I've got 7 is less than or equal to negative 8m minus 1 is less than 39. This is another and. We're going to end up with a little segment. So first things first, I'm going to add 1 to each side. So 7 plus 1 is 8, less than or equal to negative 8m is less than 40. Now we're dividing each side by a negative 8. That's going to be tricky because we have to switch our inequality sign because we just divided by negative. So here we get a negative 1 is greater than or equal to m is greater than negative 5. And negative 1 is in fact greater than negative 5, so that sounds quite fabulous. So we're going to have an open circle on negative 5, a closed circle on negative 1. We're going to connect them in between. So this is parenthesis, negative 5, comma, negative 1, bracket. Which, this one's nice because when you put the stuff, like the dots on there, you'll see that if it's an and, you have to go towards each other. And if you divide it by negative and you forgot to put your inequality signs, it's okay because it's still obvious where you should color. Alright, last one I'm going to help you with. We've got 10 plus 3n is greater than 31. And then here's our other problem. We have negative 8n plus 9 is greater than 33. So I'm going to start with the one on the left, subtract 10 from both sides, and I get 3n is greater than 21. Then I divide both sides by 3, and I get n is greater than 7. So I'm going to go to 7, which is halfway between 6 and 8, open circle, pointing to the right. Then over here I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. 33 minus 9 is 24. Then we're going to divide both sides by negative 8. I'm going to get n, and because we divided both sides by a negative, I have to flip my inequality. N is less than negative 3. So I'm going to go to negative 3. I'm going to put an open circle, and put an arrow pointing to the left. And the interval notation here, we've got an arrow at negative infinity, going all the way to negative 3, which is an open circle. Then there's a space. Then we go at 7, and then it goes all the way to positive infinity. Perfect. Look at us go. Alright, I want you guys now to give it a shot for this one, and these two, and these two, and finally these two. So much practice for you guys today. You've so got this. Good luck.